Welcome back to Northeast Christian Church, the Brownsboro campus, the beautiful campus, alongside Pastor TOMARA Brown, who's my co-host for the day. Tomorrow before the break, Joann was speaking with Dr. Marty Polio about some of the needs of the schools. And I know that you guys have a teacher supply drive. We're going to talk about that a little bit later in the show, but Northeast has really been working to help fill some of those needs that the superintendent was talking about. Can you talk about some ways that you guys have been doing that?
Absolutely. So we have liaisons with our partner schools, and we really encourage them and empower them to go to the schools and ask, what are your needs, and they bring them back to us. So some of the needs that we have helped with is during the pandemic, a lot of students received the Chromebooks, and we found out that Breckenridge Franklin really wanted to keep those Chromebooks safe, and so we were able to purchase 250 sleeves for the Chromebooks to go in so that they could stay safe and in good shape. And so that's one example. Another easy example is we support Oldham County Preschool. They called us and they were like, because of the pandemic, we really need a lot of pencil boxes. And so we had people going around to Target and Walmart and the Dollar Tree just to get pencil boxes. But the thing that I love is just the teacher appreciation events that we host. And we have even hosted events for bus drivers. You know, those bus drivers are really critical, right, to getting our kids to school safely and home safely. And so we might have a breakfast from Cracker Barrel, for example, for the bus drivers. And so we just love to let them know that we support them, that we are for them, and we're here really praying for them, and we want them to know that they are loved.
Well, and everything that you just pointed out really underscores the approach that you guys take. Instead of just going in saying, here's what we have to give, here's what we're going to do, what is it you need? Where can we be of service? How can we best put our resources to work? So we talked about Joann's conversation with the superintendent before the break. It was actually a two-part conversation. So let's check in with Joann again with more from the superintendent.
I know there was recently a school blitz to help a lot of JCPS schools get ready for the school year, and you actually toured around to a lot of these schools. Can you just tell me kind of like what you've seen like in action?
Yeah, well, I mean, that's exactly what I'm talking about here, that Northeast Christian with their school blitz. I think it was like 22 schools, I think that's the number, but about 22 schools where volunteers from the entire church community tried, and this has been going on for 6 or 7 years. This is the first time I've been fortunate enough to interact with the school blitz. But you know, they essentially said, let's shut down the church for a week as far as coming to church, and let's instead go out into the community and make sure we support our schools as they begin to open up. And so we drove around 5, 6, 7 schools. You know, and saw dozens of people at every school pulling weeds and laying mulch and planting and trimming and doing the incredible things. And some people may say, well, you know, what kind of impact? I can't say enough about the impact that has on a kid, because research is clear. When a student feels a sense of belonging at their school, they will achieve academically at higher rates. And so when they take pride in their school building, the physical space, you know, when we have beautiful school buildings for them to walk into, with beautiful libraries and windows and cafeterias and bright lights, natural light, they achieve at higher rates. When the school grounds look and are presented great and they feel like they're in great learning spaces, achievement grows. Now, there's much more to that, but that is one piece of it. And just to have a church community that said, we're all going to, every single church member, let's get out of the church and let's help kids in this community, is extremely impactful.
It really is, and just really from the ground up, just everything. I really love it. Okay, now for anyone watching that maybe is like, I'm not part of a group and I can't do that. For an individual, what can they do to help schools and to help students?
Yeah, well, I'll go back to the micro level and the macro level that I did before. The micro level is what I'd say. Go to a school close by. Or go pick a school in a high poverty community and ask to volunteer. Call and say you want to volunteer. I guarantee the principals, that school community will step up and give them opportunities, whether it's 1 hour a week or 5, 10 hours a week, whatever that person can donate to help schools to be in that school building. You know, that's a huge thing. Obviously, financially, and supporting not, you know, necessarily a district initiative, but just the PTA at a high need school. We're willing to donate to the PTA at a high need school is so huge. And then we have plenty of mentoring programs. that you can go to our website and check out mentoring programs from a district perspective where we can hook up a citizen to a program or a child and have a mentoring program for them to support a child. And any little bit will make a huge difference in a kid's life.
I know that mentoring programs like that really can change someone's life. The person being mentored and the person doing the mentoring sometimes. I know it kind of goes both ways.
Yeah, I've obviously been a part of it many times throughout my career as an educator, and you learn a lot from kids. You learn a lot, and I think both people grow exponentially as a result of people, just your average citizen saying, I want to help a kid.
Absolutely. Dr. Polio, thank you so much for talking with me today.
Great, thank you, Joann, I appreciate it.
From Chansey Elementary School, I'm Joann Dickson.
As Joann and Dr. Polio said, there are still so many things that teachers, students, and classrooms across JCPS and beyond need. So right now, Northeast Christian is hosting a teacher supply drive, and we've got details on how you can get involved. Next.